calling in today, March 31st at 9:34 a.m. It's a great day out there. Bitcoin is slowly creeping back up this morning, it looks like. But again, that's me looking at the 1 minute chart. So small trend, but we touched down at 66,200. We're seeing about $400 come in the last hour, and then another $400. So things are looking better. Looks like we could go sideways today, or we could continue to trend down. So hopefully we just go sideways. I'm not mad about it being here. The whole community expected us to go down. So, it's not like a giant surprise. Oh man, Bitcoin's tanking. And I know there's a lot of buyers out there ready to set some limit orders for 58,000. And we'll see if that happens. But if you do, good job. Good way to acquire some Bitcoin. I think, again, things like dollar cost averaging in, casual way to do it. A couple of years later, you turn around and you have something significant there. Bitcoin continues to go up in value. This always, when is the perfect time to buy? It's difficult to measure the market. So like I say, just do a little bit every week. Again, this is not investment advice. This is just someone who's just talking about Bitcoin, that likes it, wants to see people do well out there, and someone who really likes predicting Bitcoin too. So we got a lot of other people in our community predicting Bitcoin, so we all like to share a lot of ideas about it. I see Blockchain Bane is leading the streaks with a 3x, followed by Cryptic on his 2x. We got Ace out there. What up, Ace? And the leaderboard disappeared, but I'll continue to read through it in just a second. All right, so we got Ace, and then we got Amore, MXAK, Ericon, Riddles, Only Wins, Joy Wealth, and Love ETH. Ace is already on the 4x, and he's killing it. Nice job, Ace. All right, let's check in and see if there's any Bitcoin news. The news has been dead, man. We've been making all the news ourselves with these big wins out there. All right, let's see. So Bitcoin faces pressure as oil crosses $104 a barrel for the first time in 4 years. All right, so I guess some people are interested in oil. But again, I think oil will continue to go up, but eventually those barrels are going to have to fall. People can't sustain those prices forever. It puts a hurt on, like roads, rubber. It's also putting a hurt on you at the gas pump. So again, that can't stay like that forever. That money will eventually move out. Where will that money move to? I'm always hoping Bitcoin. Same thing with gold right now. Gold's up a lot. That money eventually will have to move somewhere, although it could stay in gold as times, remain uncertain. But as time goes on, again, I think that money will move out, move back into Bitcoin, which would be great for the price right now. Any other news out there? Oh my God, some random stuff about, is Bitcoin vulnerable to the quantum threat? You know what's vulnerable to the quantum threat? Your 4-digit ATM code. All right, like if anything's going to get cracked, that's going to get cracked first. And then I think we'd hear about it because people would try to make withdrawals from the banks. And then the banks would have to flag all those withdrawals. And they would be an issue. And they would say, uh-oh, quantum computing got good enough to crack a 4-digit PIN code. Maybe we should start looking at Bitcoin because it could be up next. But again, that hasn't happened. So just don't freak out until you see the precursors. People have been saying that same narrative for years, and it hasn't happened yet, and I don't expect it to happen anytime soon. And if it does, we can always update the quantum standard. We are smart enough to be able to figure out, okay, once we have the technology to crack encryptions, how to make better encryptions. So it's not this, set in stone ways. It's fluid. We can adjust it as time goes on. We got a 5-minute bull candle coming out of this morning. We got actually 3 consistent 5-minute candles with a fair amount of volume coming into them. It's looking like it's heating up this morning. Maybe the market wants to bring us back up to 70. I'd be delighted to see it. It would be a pretty good day. But time will tell. Ooh, it's me and Ace battling out. Woo. Sorry, just doing a little stretch. Aircon snuck in. And Riddles takes it, following me, and then Aircon. Good game, guys. Good game. GG. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to put position in on the one-day game right now. Guys, get yourself in on the one-day game. Big winners yesterday. Yeti, Mick Pickles, and Lorenzo. All right, so here I am coming in on the one-day game. Man, what's the price going to be? 68,000. Maybe we have an update today. Let's put one here in case we have a bad day. Let's put one. Do we want to jinx ourselves by putting down something so low? Okay, let's be a little bit more reasonable. Okay. Put one here. 65,590. Drop that. And then let's choose something in the middle in case we have a sideways day. Let's say it kind of settles maybe a little bit above where it opened. Okay, let's say it settles there. We'll see how that goes. Of course, the second I put my dot in, this position reversed down. I think that's always the case. You get in, they call up someone on the other side. They say, he's buying. Get out there, start selling. I think that's always a good joke. Trading's fun, Got to stay in it. Trading can be exhausting as well, though. That's why we built Metafide. So you didn't have to have that trade exhaustion. We wanted to make it more gamified. We wanted to give you a fun screen to look at. We wanted to make it competitive. The cool thing about Metafide is it's not you versus Bitcoin, right? It's not you saying, "Hey, am I smarter than Bitcoin? Can I figure out that asset?" That's really difficult. There's people who spend millions of dollars on these quant teams, people who are running these large machine learning models and spending millions of dollars on compute power to figure out if they could predict Bitcoin. And so in our game, instead of being you versus Bitcoin, we make it a game of you versus other players. So are you smarter than the average player at predicting the price of Bitcoin? And if that answer is yes, then this is a game for you. You're competing against the other players to predict the price of Bitcoin. We understand, maybe not every time someone's going to predict the perfect price, but whoever is closest gets the larger amount of the payout. And then as the people get further away or spend less time in game, that payout decays. And so again, the top, 10 to 20% of people are getting a good return. And the other people are maybe, returning their money evenly or losing a portion of their tokens, depending on how accurate and again early they are to predicting that position. So this is a pretty fun and fair game. It's again you versus other players, a little different than what's out there. So if you're scrolling on by and you haven't checked it out, come on into the game. We make it easy. We'll help you guys get set up. We can walk you through the wallet. We have a pretty easy onboarding in the left-hand corner. You click this. Wait, let me get my positions in. This one's too sweet not to get in. All right, so in the left-hand corner, you go here, you click wallet, you click deposit. You could also fund directly with Coinbase, which gives you access to, using a debit card and Apple Pay and other easy onboarding payments like that. You can track your streaks over here. So that's a good way to deposit and then get into the game. Look, click this, choose your network, Solana, connect wallet, or if I wanted to choose, just do that. I could do Barachain, connect my wallet, and then I can immediately deposit into the game, confirm it, and then I would see that balance update. So cool thing. Check out your clans. So we got all these clans now, which is a good way to track groups and their performance. And we individually give you a score, which is our Metafide score, which is tracking over a period of 60 days. And that will tell you, again, how good of a player you are based on the amount of volume, the positions, the win rate that you have. And so, as you can see, Ace is our number one player with 100% rating because he's the highest on the chart. So congratulations, Ace, for maintaining the number one position. Followed behind him is Riddles in number 2. Riddles has done 7.58K of volume. Ace has done 15K. MXAK is in here doing 10.2K. And again, this is in the last 60 days, not all time. Odious and Miracle, Pieter, Yeti's beating me. Blockchain Bane, Jack Sparrow, OT10, Cryptic, and then myself coming in at number 12. Oh, man. So, you can also check the spot game metrics. First place. Oh, that's the best streak is a Blockchain Bane 47 streak. Pieter 36 and Cryptic with a 34. What? Nice work. Very good job. All right, ace is up there. Oh, love ETH with a possible $20 payout, and now I swapped in to take it. Oh, and it bounces away. Nice job, Ace. Oh my God, another candle. All right, looks like we made a good move putting up those one-day positions a little bit higher. Market is grooving today. This is so just to let everyone know, in the last 24 hours, we had $2,267 paid out. Yeah, I guess that one is still pretty funny. So Supercharge had the most action with MXAK leading the board, stacking multiple wins. The 5x street pot in the 1 minute had got taken out 3 times with Cryptic grabbing it. Nice job for Cryptic out there. And the 10x pot is currently at 3.55K. So if anyone wants that 10x pot, 3.55K, who's taking it? Awesome. All right, get that one in. Bam, bam, bam. Ooh. Ooh, MXAK. Oh, I stole it. Sorry. 2.32x for myself, Amore with 1.99x, and Cryptic with a 1.89x. I was gonna say as well, shout out the Dojo S team for getting their pre-launch, their pre-sign up out there, pre-beta. They have a pretty cool code breaker style like interface where you could try to hack the code by guessing the password, by trying to figure out and solve the hints that they give you. And then once you could figure that out, you could put your email and sign up. So pretty cool. If you guys haven't checked it out, check out the Dojo S campaign. They're currently getting ready to go live. So if you want to follow along, if you want to possibly get some cool prizes, go in there, check it out, sign up, and be ready. Be ready for the next move. I got a 5x streak. I didn't even know. Whoops. Let me go into the Discord real quick. All right, I'll be right back.